Good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing well today. It is Tuesday, November 2nd. Yesterday, first day of November, ended up okay across the board. Everything was green, actually hit a new record. So, good news on that front. We'll talk about that more when Dave joins us here in just a minute. Remember, though, your core retirement design is a design to help you achieve the retirement you always dreamed of. Give us a call at 863-382-0037 to start your process to design your core retirement. Looking forward to that and more when we talk to Dave coming up next.
5.7, yeah, we really are here. It's 8:39, 21 here before 9. Trying to figure out what's going on with your money. Sometimes it's a challenge on a slow news day. And to help us figure out what's going on, we go to the office of Statler Financial Services, where our friend Phillip Statler is standing by. Phillip, good morning. How are you today?
Hey, good morning, Dave. Doing well today. Actually, at the home office this morning. I hadn't left the house yet. But it is, I got to say, Dave, yesterday we started off November in the right direction. Everything finished up and actually even set some new closing records.
Yep, we had three new records. Again, all three of the major indexes were up slightly yesterday, and since we were bouncing off records, that means we had three new records. I noticed that about 10 o'clock, we just kind of went into a funk, started out up, and then about 10 o'clock took a little bit of a nosedive. I gather we took a big miss on construction spending yesterday morning at 10.
Well, it was a little bit of a miss, Dave. They expected construction spending to actually increase over the last month by 0.4%. And instead, it actually went down about 0.5%. So if you look at that, that's a 0.9% swing in expectations. So a slight miss there, but obviously it did not hurt the indexes for sure yesterday.
No. It leveled off, and we pretty much stayed lackadaisical at a slight uptick for the rest of the day, but it was a little higher than that at the start, and I figured something had to start that. And that really is kind of an outlier, because by and large, we've gotten relatively pleasant reports on the construction industry for the reports that we've gotten for the last 2 weeks. So one outlier report in the bunch evidently doesn't scare the markets all that much right now.
Definitely not scaring the markets, Dave. Let me just put it this way. It's still a little bit of a mixed bag, right? But we've seen improvements all morning. I first think I checked the indexes about 4:30 this morning. Everything was solid red. And now we have got a mixed bag where the only thing really slightly red is the NASDAQ. So everything's trying to creep up and away. Though, like you said, there's really no macro stuff to come out today. So everything's going to be trading on just the earnings reports.
And a profit-taking day would not be a surprise at some point in time. To set the table, yesterday everything was up, not spectacularly, but up. The Dow was up 0.25%. That's 94 points, though, so it's good numbers. S&P was up by 8.25%, and NASDAQ up another 97.5 points. Like I said, because they were trading off records from the day before. It's another record day for closing all three of the major indexes, which kind of leads us to this morning without a lot of macro news since 10 o'clock yesterday morning. We're mostly trading the stocks and the information and the news items that come out, and really there isn't even a whole heck of a lot of that. When I first got on the phone with you, I said the one big news tidbit I had out of the companies that get traded, Walmart's announced that they're now hiring what they call supply chain associates at about $20.30 an hour, by the way, but a supply chain of choice. You and I were cracking wise and saying that you get in your car, go out to the West Coast and unload a boat.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what those guys are going to do unless that just means they're temporary until the supply chain gets up and going again. But we did have, you and I over the last couple of years, Under Armour has gone up and gone down, and it's disappointed a lot of folks over the last 2 to 3 years, and it's had a really good year this year, and the third quarter was no different, Dave. It was really a surprising quarter for them. They more than doubled their earnings per share at 31 cents a share. They expected 15. Revenue obviously ahead of expectations. They raised their full year guidance, and so United, I mean, Under Armour's doing well. Up, it's got to be a big winner today. Up 10.6% right now.
Yeah, they're right up toward the top on my big winner list. And I was going to say, when you started talking about Under Armour, volatility has kind of been their middle name for the last few years, hasn't it?
It really has. As long as you and I mean, whenever they kind of hit the ticker, we talk about them quite often on the show. Let's go to another name that you and I know, us Floridians know very well, and that's Generac.
Yes.
The big generator maker and home house generator, big time deal. They did okay on their earnings, but they missed on revenue. So not a good deal there for them. They did buy the Canadian-based smart thermostat maker.
Are you there? I heard something digital happen there for a second, and that's never good news. Phillip, can you hear me?
Cash in stock, and so there. Did I lose you?
Are you there?
Oh man, I'm here now. Yeah, my computer says I have an unstable internet connection right now.
I was going to say, well, I lost you there for a couple of seconds. Just about the time I was ready to push the button, you came back for a couple. Are you stable again?
It says I'm stable. We'll see. So did you hear Generac's down significantly, down almost 8.5% right now. So they're not off to a good start. So
that was kind of where we lost you there for a second. It was a relatively quiet hurricane season as far as landfalls go. So a shortfall on revenue, I guess, isn't a major shock. We didn't have a lot of really scares coming through this year.
Oh, that's true. Hey, we talked about Hertz the other day, not necessarily in terms of earnings, but just in terms of them and Tesla and some stuff going on there. Well, today we got Avis Budget rental car. They had a really good quarter, Dave. They beat by over $4 a share. They came in like $10.74. Revenue top forecast. They're seeing a heavy demand back for rental cars, and I can attest to that. Just doing a little bit of traveling on vacation, the rental cars were in short supply, and they were getting a better than fair price for them for sure. As we look at that kind of stuff, they're trading up today a little over 2%.
Cool. I was going to say $1,000 a day for one of the 10 rental cars they got available. That kind of helps your revenue picture, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. It makes it tough to be on vacation, though. I'll tell you.
I believe it.
The other one, we didn't talk about Pfizer. Pfizer came out and reported. They're always in the news right now with the whole COVID vaccine thing, but they're up this morning. They had better than expected revenue and profit for the third quarter, beat by 25 cents a share. Again, they issued an improved full year forecast, which always helps when you do that. They're trading up today 3% before the market gets open.
Given the fact that they decided to hold on the notion of Moderna for the kids until they got through some reservations, I would think Pfizer's guidance would be pretty good because they got kind of a captive market for booster shots now.
Well, that's true. I think you're right there. And let's look at some real estate. We got Simon Property. They came in almost double the estimated earnings per share at $2.07, expected $1.09. Revenue was above projections as well. I don't see how they couldn't be doing well. Occupancy rates, they say, are doing well. I mean, in Florida, you can't hardly find a place to rent. So I got to think they'd be doing well with all of that. They're trading up 3.6% this morning at a new 52-week high.
Cool. I think they've shed a good chunk of the malls that they used to own, and that probably helps them in the process now that they're renting rentable properties.
Oh, that's true. You're right. I forgot they did have a big commercial portfolio. So, and then let's end with Clorox, which, let's face it, Clorox was a more than household name during COVID. Everybody was looking for Clorox to make sure they could sanitize everything with bleach. Well, they had a good quarter again. They beat estimates by 18 cents a share, came in at $1.21. Revenue better than expected. They came back and basically said their prior full year guidance is they're in line for that, and no changes need to be made with that. They're up almost 3% this morning.
One of the only 10 companies in the country that actually go, oh, good, when they hear about a new virus variant, right?
Exactly. They're the people that say, oh boy, we can do well here.
Diggity, there's another one out there. Resetting the, I don't want to say that ever for real. Resetting the table up day marginally on all three major indexes yesterday, 3 new records. About darn time we had a profit-taking day, but it doesn't look like it's an across-the-board syndrome like that this morning. 45 minutes early, where are we going?
Yeah, really, at this point, you can't call it a profit-taking day yet either. The Dow is up about 0.1%. The S&P 500 is up about half of that, about 0.05%. NASDAQ is down, but down just a little over 0.1% right now before we get started trading. Looking at the commodity side of the board, everything's red, Dave. Silver's back down 0.75%. Gold's back down below 1,800 to 1,792 an ounce. That's down almost 0.2%. Crude oil, though, is down significantly from yesterday, down almost 0.5% right now from the close at $83.69 a barrel.
We'll take any downtick on the price of oil, happily. Asian rim markets were off by a bit at the close this morning. Europe, for the most part, is up. Maybe Great Britain's still having a fit over all the private jets flying into Scotland. They're off, but the rest of the continent is having a green day midway through their day. Trying to figure out how to retire fruitfully and predictably is a challenge for any layman, Phillip. Being able to get a hold of a pro in order to make sure that I know what's there and what's going to be there counts for a lot. How do I find you to get that information?
Dave, it's a great time to walk through our core retirement design so that you can design the retirement you always dreamed of. Give us a call at 863-382-0037. Catch our website, statlerfinancial.com, and then join us this weekend for the Statler Financial Radio Show, 6 a.m. and noon on Saturday, 10 a.m. Sunday morning on Highlands News Talk 730 and FM 95.3.
Thank you, sir. And Lord willing, and the telephones cooperate tomorrow morning here on Light FM. Fair enough?
Fair enough, buddy. You have a great day.
Thank you, my friend. It's 105.7 Light FM and Statler Financial Services, Phillip Statler.
You toss a penny over your shoulder.
Hey, guys, again, I want to thank you for joining us today. I hope that your week is going well and that you will join us again tomorrow. Really appreciate it, folks. If you like what we're doing, please like our page on Facebook, share it with your friends and family. We're here to be of service to our community. Take care until tomorrow. Bye now.